Okay, just boiled water and poured it over the TVP. It was a cup and a half of water, cup and a half of TVP.
What are we making?
We're making chili.
Okay,
Vegan chili. Sorry. Yeah.
Just jumped in.
Hello.
Take two.
Take two. Okay, found a recipe for vegan chili. We'll provide a link and everything later and go through all the, you'll see the recipe. But anyway, just poured boiling water over the TVP, supposed to stand for 5 minutes. In the meantime...
How much did you use?
I said we were going to get into that on the link, the recipe. Anyway, it was a cup and a half of water to a cup and a half of TVP.
Right.
Okay, I've got 3/4 of an onion chopped and in a pan. You're supposed to use oil of some kind. But we don't use oil when we cook, so I've got beer that I'm going to saute the onion in. I'm going to light the stove right now and get that sauteing. Should saute until translucent. We're going to work on that.
Okay, so you're letting the TVP sit for 5 minutes.
TVP is going to sit for
Start
longer
doing the
than 5
onions.
minutes. But anyway, starting the onions. Can only soak up so much. It's going to be fine. Not worried about it. So yeah, we're going to saute the onions. And like I said, we're going to do this in beer. You can do it in water. You can also use a veggie broth if you desire. I think the beer is going to give a nice little added flavor with the chipotle that we're putting in it, the smokiness and all that. Just kind of.
You can use oil too, but we just don't use oil.
oil, but we don't use oil. The recipe calls for oil, but
yes,
we're not
it does.
oil people. So
Yes.
the stove's not quite level, but that's okay. We have everything else prepped already. This is 1 can of black beans, 1 chipotle pepper, 2 tablespoons of the sauce that came out of it, and a can of diced tomatoes that has been pureed. This will be added to the mixture once the onions and everything are done.
Right.
So,
We're also adding chili powder and cumin
and soy sauce.
and soy sauce.
Now the recipe also calls for lime juice and cilantro. We are going to omit both of those, not because we're against lime juice, but we are against cilantro. So
And you can always add lime juice into
you
your
can add
bowl.
if you like. You can do as you want. That
Right.
is-
You could also top it with avocado, cheddar cheese. I'm going to top mine with tofu sour cream and a little bit of lime juice.
and I'm going to top mine with cheddar cheese and eat it with crackers.
Yep.
I like crackers with chili.
Crackers with chili are yummy, I guess.
Yes, they are.
Just so
Okay,
people
the
know,
pan keeps wanting to slide off the stove.
they're unlevel. That's because what are we doing? We're cooking on the road because we're camping.
Because we're camping.
Being
We're
us on the go
outdoors, we're
camp.
using the camp stove.
We do have a pretty decent little setup here.
It's not bad.
Got our shelter open,
up.
bands right there. We're okay.
Yeah, we have the pavilion. We got electrical outlet we're plugged into. So.
Right, so not too bad. But this recipe is from No Meat Athlete, and I will link the link below so y'all can get to it. But we're not really changing it, but we're just doing it. We got someone that's going to come by and eat it, they say, and they eat meat, so we'll see whether they like it or not. But we're just going straight with the recipe, and then we're going to see what we think might need to tweak it. But it is from them, and it's a good website, No Meat Athlete. I'll link it below. How are those onions coming?
They're smelling like beer and onions, which is a good thing. I like beer and onions.
Yep.
I'm going to let this liquid evaporate out of here, so if this seems to be a bit lengthy, that's fine. You can just stare at my pretty face while I cook.
Don't scare nobody off. We're trying to get views.
Alright, so we're going to leave that alone for a minute. Why don't you scan over there and show the scenery real quick.
Oh, so you can do something you're not supposed to do on camera? I already scanned the scenery.
Okay, that ice cold beverage was nice.
Adult beverages are completely acceptable. We're adults.
Very true.
So I've got you here
Okay,
for a second. What do you think of the camp stove?
the camp stove?
We think it works really good, right?
I love this camp
Because
stove.
we reviewed the single burner before.
We did, yeah, we did, didn't we?
Kind of reviewed the single burner a little bit.
I would definitely recommend the propane camp stove from Coleman. This is the 2-burner stove. It does not have the auto ignite, so you have to use a lighter to light it, but that's okay. It
Takes up a lot of room.
It does take up a lot of room, but it does heat things very, very nicely, very quickly. I am still working on the same propane can that I had when we first started using this stove. No, I'm not. I'm on the second can. Never mind, scratch that. But anyway, it doesn't use a whole lot of fuel.
And just for a little hint for people that might not know this, you can pick up propane cans at thrift stores and Goodwill a lot.
Well, we've never seen them in a Goodwill, but we did pick up 2 cans full, brand new, never used, at a thrift store for $1 a can. Mm-hmm. They're going for $3 to $4 a piece, or $6 something for a twin pack.
So keep it, and at garage sales too.
Garage sales, check garage sales. In fact, the camp stove, brand new in the box, never opened, got it for $20 at a garage sale. They're going anywhere from $50 to $70,
right,
depending upon where you buy them at. So, good deal there.
But you can get you don't have to pay full price for those. You can find them at other things. People get rid of them because they don't camp. The tanks.
Yeah. And the stoves,
Yeah.
apparently.
How are they coming?
They're coming along. Like I said, I wanted this liquid to evaporate. I know we're going to add a cup of water later.
Yep.
And I want to make sure that we just add that cup of water. Although it says to simmer for 10 minutes, but
You can simmer as long as you want. Hey, birdie.
I like to cook
There's
my
a birdie.
chili
Hey,
and my
birdie.
spaghetti
Oh.
sauce down. Oh, look,
Sorry.
a little red ball.
Random bird.
No, I do like mine a little thicker than most recipes call for, so I will simmer for 30 minutes to an hour to 2 or 3 hours, depending upon consistency, because I do like to cook more of the liquid off.
But apparently, if you just want chili, you can simmer it for just 10 minutes and it's
Right.
done.
I've done the chili packets, pre-seasoned whatever, and made those before, and it says put on the stove and get hot. I'll put them in the crock pot and let that stuff cook for 10 hours on low.
All right.
So, just all a matter of personal preference. They are starting to translucitize. Is that a word?
It is now.
I made it. All right, Webster, put it in your book. Translucitize.
Didn't Webster that little kid from that show?
Oh.
A little kid from that show. Webster.
Oh, no, I was talking about Webster's Dictionary.
Oh.
Not Webster.
What about Webster?
No. I don't know. Webster's Dictionary. They're the ones that allow new words.
Actually, the Urban Dictionary really likes new words. I think that's be more of an Urban Dictionary word.
When I was in the 3rd grade, I
Maybe.
had a school bus driver, tell me that ain't isn't a word. Well, I'm laughing now because ain't has been put in the dictionary and is now considered a word. So,
There you go.
take that, school bus driver from the 3rd grade. All right, we're starting to lose most of the liquid now. You could come around and show this, I guess, if you wanted to. You can see how the beer is starting to simmer off. The onions are starting to translucitize.
Yep.
Starting to get there. Oniony goodness. Oh, smell-o-vision would be awesome because the smell with beer and onions cooking is just...
Sounds like a fair.
I don't eat brats anymore, but if I did,
That's what it
boy,
smells
I
like,
tell
a
you
fair.
what, that would be awesome. Now maybe we can find a veggie brat or a vegan brat of some kind.
Might be able to make one.
We're going to try and do the burgers that way. We're going to make some TVP burgers. That'll be another video. So, all right, here we go. Turn that way down.
All right.
Now, we need to look at the recipe again. I'll let you do that.
Well, it's hard for me to do that. It won't
Okay.
open. If you'll open it, I'll look.
All right. I'm supposed to add 30 seconds is going to be just heat chili powder and cumin.
Right.
Okay. So I need to see how much chili powder and cumin. It is, where is it? A tablespoon of chili powder, 2 teaspoons of cumin. Okay. I'm actually going to turn that off while I do this. That way things don't burn. You don't want to burn your chili. And this has never been opened before. Oh, I thought we were prepped.
I did too. Apparently not.
That's all right, we got it. Here we go. Okay. 1 tablespoon. Let me do this over the pan. Alright, 1 tablespoon of chili powder is in the mix. Sorry, didn't mean to expose you to that. And teaspoon, 2 of these of cumin. Alright, those will get washed. Now it's supposed to simmer for another 30 seconds.
What are you looking for?
The lighter.
What'd you do with it?
I have no idea.
Did you put it back in the thing? No, it's right
I
over
put it
there.
over here. Okay, I found it. Stir this up real good and simmer for 30 seconds. And then we'll figure out what to do after that.
You know what to do after that. What have you figured out?
Add everything else, right?
And the soy sauce and a cup of beans. I mean, a cup of water.
Yeah, that's right. Everything else goes in.
Right, with the soy sauce and a cup of water.
How much soy sauce?
I don't know, the stupid phone closed again because someone insists upon having it on like 2 seconds before it opens up.
It saves the battery.
2 tablespoons of soy sauce.
Okay. Alright, so.
That's the adobe, tomatoes, and 1 can of beans, right?
Yes. Trying my best with this flexible wooden spatula to get most of it out of there, which is good. Uh-oh. Threw the lid in there.
TVP.
TVP. And 1 cup of water, which
2 tablespoons of soy sauce.
2 tablespoons of soy sauce and a cup of water.
Yes.
Which I will get to the water in a minute. This is a good mix here. Oh, this will rinse out the chili powder.
You could use liquid aminos instead of that too also, but soy sauce is fine.
It's looking pretty good.
Nice and meaty looking.
Looks meaty, yes.
So now you just got to put a cup of water in
A
it.
cup of water in it
And simmer it.
simmer until your desired consistency, basically.
Don't use that water.
No?
You don't know if you can drink that water or not.
Why not?
But we have water.
Okay.
We know our water is drinkable.
This is true.
I mean, it doesn't say non-drinkable, but we just haven't drank the water around here. And we are in Georgia.
I did use it to cook, though.
You boiled that, though.
That's true.
Makes a difference.
Yeah, we do have our own water supply.
I mean, I know you're going to cook this too, but still. I didn't know you used it to cook to it too.
Yeah.
Well, you boiled it, so it's okay.
Oh, it was
So-
fine.
And this will get simmer, but I'd rather you use that water.
The only one that says non-potable water is up there at the dump station.
But we haven't tasted this water.
Well, this is true. Didn't smell funny.
I know. All right, so you're gonna let it simmer for 10 minutes, and it's gonna be done.
I'm gonna let it simmer as long as I want to.
Okay, but it's gonna
But
be
yeah,
done.
10 minutes and it should be done simmering. It does say salt and pepper to taste.
That's good.
It does look good, doesn't it?
Yeah. All right.
So there you have it. Probably too long and uninformative, but the video. Hello.
How was dinner?
It was really, really good. I am full right now. I will start out by saying that TVP is the new ground beef for me, and I was a big ground beef eater. It works with every recipe so far that I've tried, and I will say if you're still a ground beef eater, this is still a good recipe. Follow the recipe and use ground beef instead of the TVP, and it's a really good chili. Very, very tasty. So yes,
Win-win.
win-win.
Did it have too many
Absolutely.
beans in it?
For me, I think it had too many beans in it, but
Was it thick enough?
it was thick enough. It could have been a little thicker. It said to use a cup of water. We used a cup of water, and then I had to wait for the cup of water to cook off. So I'm thinking we omit the water. Instead of using 1 can of beans pureed with everything else, we puree 2 cans of beans and then just add a single can of whole beans to the finished product. That's me. But that being said, the way it was made, the recipe as is, I would eat it again that way as well. And if somebody were to serve this to me and not tell me that it didn't have beef in it, I would never know the difference.
Cool.
So, there you go.
So it was a good meal.
It was a darn good meal.
Good.
Sorry. It was a darn good meal.
Okay.
Darn good, I tell you.